Why can't we just walk in here and take pictures?
Because it's not. This is a different kind of building. This is a government building, and you just don't walk in here and do this.
Oh, yeah.
Film, okay?
But you're wrong.
So
I can. I'm going to.
So listen, I let you guys in because
No, you didn't let us
in.
in. We came in. You checked us to make sure the building's safe, and the building's safe. All we have is cameras. You don't let us do anything. We're not asking permission from you. Tell me your name though.
No, not necessarily.
Well, you work for the public. Don't you think that would be appropriate?
Don't you think it's appropriate to go film outside?
Lock and Steven. They just lock Redress in there.
Hi, sir. Do you need service?
I recommend you stop. Take your hands off me right now. Take your hands off.
That's a simple battery.
Take your hands off me.
Now it's time for part 3, fam.
I'm telling you now that you have to leave the offices. You cannot remain here or you will be removed.
Who's
Removed by who?
You're gonna ask for City Hall security to come, or I'm calling 911. You have to be removed.
911?
Whatever you want to call it. Excuse me.
Oh boy.
No, I just told you all about. I already asked
hit me with that.
you. You already asked not to come in our office space.
Not in a public building.
If it's not publicly accessible. This looks like, stop touching me.
Don't touch them because they can't get in anyways. They can't.
What are you talking about? It's a publicly accessible
I need
property
to
right
sit-
there.
Thank you. Thank you. So now you can talk to the police.
It's weird.
Ma'am, if you could just make sure you don't destroy any of that photo or video.
Just bumped into me. Guy bumped into me again. This is like the 3rd time he's bumped into me.
You said you
Well,
think
no,
you know what we're trying to do. So what do you think we're
Well,
trying
I
to
see
do?
what you're doing. You're filming everyone.
We are.
You're not even thinking about the harm that you're doing to certain
What kind of
people.
harm are we doing?
Well, I'm not going to do a Q&A with you.
Listen, y'all, these kids want to act up in school, want to go to school and embarrass you, want to make like they got no home training. So I told my son, don't go to school embarrassing me no more. I'll take care of you, son. I give you anything you want. I discipline you. But you're going to embarrass me like this? No, so now I'm going to cut his hair.
Oh, I gotta ask you, okay?
Ball ahead.
Hey, do me a favor, wait for the SWAT guys. Now I saw you were in a restricted area. Now I want your identification. You're not getting it.
Don't embarrass me. I told him, don't embarrass me, no.
Down here today, back for the second part of Buffalo City Hall, January 8th, 2024. We're about to see if we can't finish the rest of this building. It was an absolute wreck job the first half. See how the second half goes. I got 4 hours. Let's get it. Oh, what floors the courts are on? We're gonna have to figure it out. Financial office.
Can I help you?
Actually, we don't need any help. We're just here to take some pictures of the publicly accessible areas of the building I'm at.
Well, I don't think this is publicly accessible. I mean, it's a finance office.
Yeah. Well, probably not in the office. This is behind your desk, no. But this looks
So
like
what are the pictures for?
just something I'm working on, a story on the building.
They're here taking pictures.
No, don't you
I don't know
I think
what
you might
they're
need
doing.
someone's approval or something.
Yeah, we got approval.
I mean, to come into a private office and do it.
Is this private?
This is a private office.
Wide open in a public building.
You know what I mean?
I imagine your office is probably private. But this looks like a secretary's
Areas or anything like that.
door open here. I figure.
I don't give you permission to take my picture.
Oh.
I do not give you permission
What's
to
that?
take my picture.
You're obviously upsetting this lady, so.
You guys work for the public. Can I get your name?
But I'm eating my lunch and you're sitting here videotaping me.
Yeah, you're being argumentative and you're bothering this lady. I would ask that you please leave.
James Barnes. We'll leave here in a second. I'll just get some photographs in here of this office. Real quick.
Can I get your card?
I don't have any. Got a cam back.
I just want to say for legal reasons, just don't destroy that photo or video because that's a public record. It's open to disclosure under Freedom of Information law.
What is? For you to take my picture?
No.
When you made a public record.
Yeah, the document that's on your camera now. That's a public record now. I mean, the information on our camera wouldn't be open to full because it's a private citizen. We're not here doing government business, right? We're not employed by the government.
How do I know that?
I just talked to Barbara.
I guess that's a good question. I mean, can we prove we don't work for the government? I don't know.
Exactly. How do I know who you are?
I guess you can't. You never know. Maybe
You're not going to come stalk me at my house.
maybe we're undercover, working for the government.
You could be anybody.
Right. Could be a member of the public.
Like I said,
These are private offices and this is not public office, so you do have to leave. It's not the same as the public offices. I did come just to inform you.
This is a private office?
Yes, it is.
What makes it a private office? The door's wide open in a
It
public
is
building.
because these are our school buildings and offices and they're not all open to the public, so you do have to leave. You were misinformed last time. You have to leave.
Is there signage to that effect on these
But you
offices?
have, I'm telling you now that you have to leave the offices.
Or-
You cannot remain here or you will be removed.
Who's gonna
Removed by
remove
who?
us?
You're gonna ask for schools, City Hall security to come, or I'm calling 911. You have to be removed.
Wine 11?
Whatever you want to call it. Could you leave the offices now, please? Thank you. And
I mean,
gonna shut
I'm
the
done
door.
with the photos I need in this office
You need to leave and
personally.
not enter any of our offices.
Oh, I'm gonna be in all the publicly accessible areas.
This is not public accessible areas.
It is clearly publicly
There's no
accessible.
signage that says it's
Leave
private,
out-
though.
leave
The
out
door's
the
wide
office.
open in a public
Nothing
building.
else, you're being
are.
argumentative and bothering this nice young lady.
And they're trying to do their job.
We didn't
think
actually need
anyone-
any help. I told her we didn't need any help. We're just here to take some photographs.
I don't think anyone argued. We had a pretty polite conversation.
This isn't private government.
You need my permission. And I did not give you permission.
Well, we definitely don't need your permission. Look at this lady closing down all the public. Conference
For
room.
this office. Any of the doors are in here and it's public. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me, you just hit me
No,
with
I
the
just
door.
told you all of our, I already
You
asked
did.
you,
Hit me with
but
that
you were
door.
already asked not to come in our office space.
This is
You were
a-
already asked not to come in our office space. Now, I'm not
the
gonna keep on
conference
asking.
room.
Leave out of our
It's just a
offices.
conference room.
You were asked not to come in here, so you can
This is
respect
the
our
conference
wishes
room.
and
I don't
leave
have to
out.
respect nothing. You know
Oh,
you
but
said-
then
what
we
is your-
have to
what is your
respect
name?
you. I'm chief of security. I told
What's
you
your
that
name?
before. Leave out of our office
What's your
space.
name?
Leave out of our office spaces.
Who are you?
I already told you who I am.
How do I know? You're not marked
Would
with
you-
anything? No
Obviously, I
credentials?
work here and you do not. Leave out of our
If you're in the
office.
hallway, that's one thing.
Yes.
I'm going to all the publicly accessible areas.
Sir, if the door is closed, it's
Do
not
not go in
accessible.
our offices
There's
now. You're gonna
private
stop
areas.
doing what you were told not to
Stop
do.
touching me.
Don't touch our office doors. Now, we're not playing
touching
games
me.
with you. You were
It's
already
locked,
told.
Therefore, it's not
You were
publicly
already
accessible.
told.
I don't care what you told. You ain't nobody.
You
You're
are not
nobody.
either. And
Oh,
you
is,
are
oh,
not
this is
either.
her name right here, Barbara Lark.
Now go in my office
Now we
and
know
I
her
told you
name,
not to go
Barbara
in my
Lark.
office.
This is Barbara Lark who
You
puts her
were
hands on
told
people.
not to go in my office.
We
in
finally
any of
got
our
this. We
offices.
finally got this lady's name. It's public. It's written right on her door.
Exactly. Do not go in our office.
Well, we're gonna go on all the public areas up there. Be quiet.
For that to be the case, there's gotta be clear signage saying. And we haven't entered any offices that are clearly marked right.
But you didn't tell.
So you cannot enter rooms that are,
So it says right there, please enter 709.
And there's a sign requesting it. That we enter.
Barbara Lark goes hands on.
You haven't seen me go hands on yet.
Yeah, you go on. It
No,
does
I
sound
said
like
you
a
haven't
threat.
seen me go hands on yet.
That sounds like a threat for sure.
Not a threat at all. But you've been advised not to go in our offices. No one's threatening you.
Nobody's listening to you, ma'am.
so guys, you can enter your closed doors, that's all.
Is there a law that states that we
No,
can't?
because
People are working and you're disruptive.
There's a what?
there's an expectation of privacy when there's a closed door.
No, there isn't. Not in a public building.
If it's not publicly accessible. This looks like, stop touching me.
Don't touch them because they can't get in anyways. They can't
What are you talking about? It's a publicly accessible
I need
property
the
right
city-
there.
I need the
Excuse me.
security of city
Excuse me,
security
that's
to come up
a
here,
publicly
not
accessible
our
office right there. The door's open, it's a lobby, open to the public, there's a waiting room.
Okay, then call, I'm gonna call 911.
Excuse me, sir.
You're excused?
Hi.
You're not getting
They
through,
can't
I
get in the
promise.
office, though. They can't get in, they won't
They
be
can't
let
get in. All I want to do is take some pictures of this lobby right here. It's publicly accessible. Why can't I get in?
Accessible lobby, I don't understand what the issue is.
These people are nuts down here. Absolutely nuts. You need to learn to keep your hands off people.
No, they're not.
Sir, could you let these folks know that?
Don't avoid me. Don't get in front of me.
If you could let them know that we're allowed to be in public offices, they don't seem to understand. That'd be greatly appreciated if you could just make them aware of that.
Guys, if you could go back in your room for a minute, stop there.
They're locking the doors and hiding from the public.
HR personnel hold for all inquiries, please go to 719. 719.
How you guys doing?
Hi.
Snacks, food, drinks.
Yeah, I don't know who these people are. Excuse me.
It's interesting.
You changing out the battery in the high capacity camera?
I don't know why the camera stopped recording there for a second. It was weird.
Don't worry about those assaults.
Barbara Lark.
Yeah.
Locked the door on this one here as well.
Actually, can I enter closed doors now?
There's no signage that says it's private.
This is somebody's office, this is Human Resource Office. You cannot walk.
I have a complaint to lodge.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I'd love to.
It's a camera.
Yes, she'd love to.
I just got invited.
No. She's in a private meeting.
Well, you said to come in.
Sir, she's in a meeting that.
But she just invited me in.
She was talking about to me, not you.
Well, she didn't say that.
Yes, okay.
She invited me in.
Disrupting office work and refuse to leave all of the offices.
Oh, I'm just walking out.
No.
Just walking real close, huh?
Refusing to leave. Thank you. Thank you. So now you can talk to the police.
It's weird.
Ma'am, if you could just make sure you don't destroy any of that photo or video.
Just bumped into me. Guy bumped into me again. This is like the third time he's bumped into me.
Hi.
Just very disruptive and refusing to leave. Thank you. Thank you. So now you can talk to the police.
It's weird.
Ma'am, if you could.
Doing showers and Walker inside.
I mean, in what way?
Well, you're spending time filming people that are kind of our frontline workers, secretary people.
Okay.
It's really unfair to do that to them. They're not like decision makers in the organization, and yet you're making them feel really uncomfortable.
Would you be willing to take us to some decision makers to speak with right now?
Well, I'm speaking to you right now. So
what is your position here?
That's not the point. The point is, I guess what concerns me is that you don't know that. Like you're.
No, I do know that.
But you're doing it anyway. You're filming people that.
Public employees.
Right, but these are people.
Do as a constitutional right.
Let me finish. Yeah. These are people that come to work every day. They're not the primary decision makers. They're people who go home,
yeah.
And you're making them feel very uncomfortable. These are people that, you know, they're secretaries.
Right.
They're just trying to do a good job, and I just.
Yeah.
I'm
this
telling.
isn't a commentary on the quality of their work.
No. I just think the fact that you are.
Can we ask you
filming,
who you
no,
are?
let me finish.
Your position is?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that you're doing that and you're not thinking about the people that you're filming. Mm-hmm. Shows me that you're not really serious about what you're trying to do.
What do you think we're trying to do?
I think if it were me and I was,
we're not talking about if it's you. You said you
well,
think
no,
you know what we're trying to do. So what do you think we're trying to do?
Well, I see what you're doing. You're filming everyone.
We are.
You're not even thinking about the harm that you're doing to certain people.
What kind of harm are we doing?
Well, I'm not going to do a Q&A with you.
That's you came out here to speak
What
up.
I'm saying is if it were me, if I was an advocate for the things that you're trying to establish,
What do you think we're trying to establish?
Let me finish, okay? I would try to do something that involves decision makers, people at kind of the top end of the organization, whether it's the city or the school district. You're just randomly filming people that come here and they don't have those abilities to make that decision.
The decision makers don't make themselves.
You're.
Who are you, sir?
So I guess you don't want to have a conversation.
No, he doesn't want to have a conversation at all. He just got this opinion and that's it.
We're not having a conversation. You're coming in here.
You're just literally
hostile.
talking.
You're trying to intimidate
if you
people,
just talk.
and it's really offensive to the cause. If it's the First Amendment, it's really offensive to that because you're depriving people of their First Amendment rights because you're just bullying them with your technology.
What rights?
And if you're really proud, well, you won't even let me finish. So I can't speak with you. You're just you're the antithesis of the point that you're trying to make. So I guess my advice to you is just think about it.
You keep making accusations about us and won't answer the questions of the accusations you're making. You're saying we
can
are
I
violating
finish?
somebody's life.
If you're a believer in free speech, can I be allowed to share what I'm trying to say to you? I'm trying to give you advice because I know what point you're trying to make. You're not making that point. In fact, you're making the opposite point. You're bullying people, you're intimidating them, you're making them feel unsafe. That's not what you want to do when you're promoting the First Amendment, man. So what I'm just suggesting to you is think about what you're doing. Maybe think about a more constructive way, a better way to do it, because this isn't working. Okay? All right, thank you, appreciate it.
What do you mean? Where are you going? What is your position here?
Well,
what is your name? What is your position here?
You know what?
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You ain't nobody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shut your mouth. We ain't talking to you no more. That's not a constructive conversation.
Lock the door,
I'm done talking to that clown. He don't want to answer who he is. He doesn't want to tell us how we're violating somebody's rights. We ain't violating nobody's rights. All he is you're just full of opinions.
You don't listen.
Your opinions are wrong.
Sir, I'd like to speak.
I don't want to speak to you.
I don't want to speak to this man. He's a clown.
You need to respect.
Respect who? We don't even know who you are.
I don't want to speak to you.
We don't even know who you are.
You don't get. Okay, you don't get to intimidate people, demanding that they. Wait a minute. Listen. You don't get to demand. And the fact that you're demanding my name, my title, listen. You don't get to go.
You came up to me.
Well, aren't you a part of a team?
No. He is a whole separate organization.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay.
You volunteered your name to me. I didn't demand.
Well, I was trying to help you do what you're trying to do.
They're not very
better,
helpful at all. You're just full of opinions.
Not make people feel so unsafe and intimidated. Your way isn't working. You're not getting anything done except upsetting a lot of people.
We're exposing tyrant employees like this one. We're exposing employees that won't give up their name but have an opinion about everything.
You have no right to come in here and get an answer from me about anything.
I have absolute right to know who you are if you're a public servant.
I have
an absolute right to be in here.
You absolutely don't have a right to come in here and ask me questions and get that information.
I didn't approach you.
Don't point at me like that.
You approached us.
Right? Is that what you're gonna? Is that how it's gonna be now?
You approached
physically
us.
now you're trying to intimidate me?
I'm physically. I'm saying you approached us, and now I'm physically.
That's how it's gonna be.
Physically.
All right, guys.
I'll just kind of get on the elevator and get back to his clown show job.
Have to have the conversation, I guess.
That guy ain't interested in no conversation. He's just kind of full of opinions. That's all he is. He's nothing but opinions. And his opinions don't have to be right or nothing. He's just full of opinions. That's it. Steve, you ready to go upstairs?
What do you guys think we're trying to do? I mean, that's basically the answer I was trying to get out of that gentleman. He kept saying he knows what we're trying to do.
He's a total sense of all entitlement. That's all he is full of entitlement. Board of Elections, benefits.
These are personal. You pushed me. Don't put your hands on me again.
What are you doing?
You push me and I tell you something. Lock the door. Lock your door.
He's out of her freaking gourd.
Just like you're telling me then, you pushed me inside the room.
I'm walking. She walked into me.
All we're asking you is not to enter open doors, because it's interrupting people working. Please, sir. Excuse me, sir. All we're asking you to do is not...
I'm asking you to be quiet and leave me alone.
No, I will not.
It says employees only past this point. I'm not going past that point. Just taking some pictures of the office. I don't need no help from nobody.
Can you get out of my office?
This is a public office, ma'am.
It's my office.
Yeah, the public's office. It says open, come in.
Not for you to come in here and film.
Can I get your name?
Sir, we're asking you you can film in the hallway.
Can I get your name, ma'am? She's gonna hide back there. As you guys can clearly see, the office is open, so that's open.
So if you can, we'll just go back into the hallway.
I mean, there's not much to take photographs of here. I'm not gonna be here forever.
So why are you in
public.
here?
Can I get your name, ma'am? She's like popping out behind the filing cabinet here. So weird.
Don't come back.
Sure.
This is Lisa. So we already know her name. This is Lisa M. This guy's gonna turn the close back in 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, it's closed.
She locked the doors, guys. For the record, she locked the doors. And this guy here. Can I get your name?
Security.
Security what?
Security.
Security's flipping out closed signs.
Okay, because again, we have no problem with you filming the
No,
hallways.
you do have
You
a
can't walk
problem.
into
You
it.
definitely have a problem.
That's all we're asking, is not to enter closed
Says,
spaces.
No, you're not respecting my rights, is what you're not doing.
Sir, this is a private office again.
Is this publicly accessible, this office, sir?
No, it's not.
Doesn't really look like it. The door's unlocked. Department personnel only.
Sir.
This is a woman's bathroom here. This is a restroom here.
It says that to you.
Did I go in there? It clearly states there's a sign, right?
I'm pointing this out.
Department personnel only. I know how to read.
Okay, I'm just
I
pointing
don't
out
need
to
your
you.
help.
Sir, once again, we're asking you not to be coming to a public space. Excuse me.
I know you're asking me if I'm not coming to public space, but it's not going to work. See how there's a desk here you can come up to? This is just publicly accessible space.
I'll get back to you later.
You guys are making a more bigger deal of this than it has to be.
Because you're making people feel uncomfortable.
Well, unfortunately, rights aren't trumped by people's feelings. Hence the reason the First Amendment exists, to protect our rights.
Where's the,
Nothing lock that one down on us. Information technology.
This should be the police.
Lock down that public office.
She assaulted me.
She assaulted?
She forcibly removed me from an office down there. It's clearly public.
Where?
To the right down there. That is harassment when someone physically touches me like that.
And you use it, we touch me.
Go ahead. It's all on video. I didn't see that.
It is my job.
Is your job to assault people?
No, you're not sorry.
You did assault me.
No.
You did? Yeah, it's on video. Yes. See, this creates unnecessary litigation for the city. There's no reason to do that.
Enter through 8:15. They lock everything down here?
It's magically private.
And that's it for this floor, I suppose.
I'm not having a conversation with you.
What is the
I'm having a
legal
conversation with my
What is the legal
I
definition of
choose to
harassment?
not talk to you.
But I can keep asking questions. I'm not gonna go on.
You on with him? Yeah.
Going up to 9.
You're not as bad as the rest of them, but you're still the tyrant.
Okay.
You haven't touched me, so that's good.
All we ask is that you don't Make people more comfortable when they're in a workplace.
I like that we left them behind because that other lady's a real tyrant. This office. A conference room in here. See if we can get a view out this window of the city. Lake Erie out there. The funny thing is they keep calling the police and the police ain't gonna come because the police know better. But I could be wrong. If they cry to the police enough, they might come. See, everywhere that's not supposed to be entered has clearly marked, right? Where it's locked down.
Again, we're asking that you don't enter anybody's private.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in any private offices.
Okay.
What's wrong with the public seeing what they pay for and seeing the buildings that they pay for, see the artwork in here? You know, like, what's wrong with that, honestly? Do you have an answer for that?
No, I don't.
There's nothing wrong with that, that's why. Take a look what's he got here, this book here. Did you ditch that lady or is she still with you?
We have quite a fan club out there.
This guy's not too bad. I mean, he gets some undirected orders, but he has yet to put his hands on me or really stop me from going anywhere I can't go.
Well, yeah, but
These books actually are pretty cool. Look at these books.
No one seems to want to tell us which offices are public and which offices are private. You can't just, under the law, you can't just say when someone tells you not to go in or a door is closed, it's a private office. That's not how it works.
These books are pretty cool, Steve. You want to get some pictures of them?
I would actually.
They got like
It's all zoning board of appeals stuff?
They got Polaroid pictures of stuff that they zoned like from old days before anything was computerized. They're pretty neat.
I've been to many zoning board of appeals meetings, so old events would be interesting.
So you can't go past, that's a petition, our petition to stop you from going in.
It just looks like a break room.
Okay.
You know,
But
if there's
again,
anything.
crossing through partitions that are set up, so please don't do
It
that.
doesn't say they can enter here. What if there was a fire emergency? If somebody had to use the fire equipment, they're not going to enter here? How you doing today? I'm just down here to take some photographs of the office. I don't need to interrupt you or nothing. Just here to take photographs of what I can see down here. I'll be on my way then.
I was told that you guys can understand.
What's that?
I was told you can understand this.
Yeah, obviously I can't. I'd have to jump a glass to get out of here. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah. Thank you. What's that? A bad hair day? You look good. No, you look good. You look real good.
Thank you. How are you?
We just happened to be on the floor that lady was, picked her up right away, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
She's like, you pushed me. I'm like, you followed me around, stood in front of me as I'm walking.
I wasn't around for any of that.
No.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is what I'm talking about. That's
At least he's here to help us read, because, you know, we can't read.
I'm just emphasizing that it says employees only.
You want to go in there and ask her if she felt harassed and intimidated?
You're harassing and trying to intimidate me right now with your smart. Yeah, you are.
you.
Don't you realize what you're doing? You're coming up to me. You're asking me a question. You're trying to. You're harassing me because you don't like that I'm following you, right? You don't like it.
The definition of harassment is following, so remember that.
Yeah. I thought you just said we weren't harassing. Did you just say you're not harassing?
Literally, the definition of harassment is following. Literally.
The definition of harassment is following. Well, I mean,
What did you just tell me? Call by his
it's
name?
just, it's, you know, you don't like the treatment you're giving other people coming towards you.
What do you mean? I said I don't like the treatment I'm getting other people. I'm just trying to understand. I do want to have a conversation.
You're not ready because you're lost. You're helpless. You're lost. You're doing work that is bullying and harassing people, whether it meets the legal definition or not. You know it when you see it. You know what you're doing. And I don't want you to live with yourself doing that to hardworking people that come to work with. They're not in charge. They just come to work with you. And you know what you're doing. And yet, you're very happy with your, that's really tough on your life. You're young man,
Watch that brick, I want you to trip.
Please don't interrupt my video again, please.
Okay, no, I can talk. I just said watch that brick so you don't trip with your expensive camera.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Got a doorman. They got the old Christmas trees up down here. Looks like the police are down here.
Over the public, and independent journalists, in a public building, taking pictures of publicly accessible places. I think I have an idea that
I'm just trying to take some photographs of publicly accessible areas that enter. I didn't know if this office was publicly accessible.
No, this is like
All right, no problem.
No sign that say the private office. I haven't harassed anyone in any way, shape, or form. It's all on video here. I can show it to you. I understand that there are public officials here and public employees who may not like to be on camera, and I'm not necessarily trying to get them on camera specifically. I'm just really taking pictures of documents. That's it.
All right. So I'm cool with you guys doing what you gotta do. As long as you're going to the private office.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course not. And when I do go into an office, if I step beyond what appears to be like a public threshold, like a waiting area, I ask the employee, is this a public office?
Hey Steve, I'm heading up to 10.
You got it.
I'll see you up there. I don't want to talk to the cops. I'm here to do my work and get out,
I understand.
Alright fam, so the objective here was I'm going to walk past the police, see if they would stop me from doing my official duty, and they did not. So let me go ahead and roll some of Redress's footage so you can see what happened.
Yeah, you got it. Sorry.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
All right, Lieutenant Mordillo. How you doing?
Good. Can I get your badge number 2?
Yes.
T2526? Okay, you got it.
Obviously, you heard that we were called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your take on what's going on?
Oh, I don't think anything's going on. I'm just a member of the public and an independent journalist, and I'm in a public building just taking pictures of publicly accessible places. I do have on video that this woman right here assaulted me. She physically put her hands on me and shoved me out of a public office. And I've tried to get information myriad of times as to which offices are under the law, clearly demonstrable as public and private. There's no signage on any of these doors that say they're private offices. I haven't harassed anyone in any way, shape, or form. It's all on video here. I can show it to you. I understand that there are public officials here and public employees who may not like to be on camera, and I'm not necessarily trying to get them on camera specifically. I'm just really taking pictures of documents on the walls. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So I'm cool with you guys doing what you got to do. As long as you're not going to like private office spaces.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
type of thing.
Yeah, of course not. And when I do go into an office, if I step beyond what appears to be like a public threshold, like a waiting area, I ask the employee, is this a public office? And
I'm heading up to 10.
you got it. And if I could just finish giving my statement.
Harassing our employees.
That's not true.
We would like to press charges or something because they're not. It's not as he described. He's not being honest. He's taking that camera. People are having lunch. He's filming them. He is way out
Is that
of
a
his
crime?
league. He is way.
Is it a crime to film a public employee eating lunch at their desk?
He's harassing and bullying us, and the New York State has laws against bullying and harassing.
Can you educate him as to what the legal definition of harassment is?
Well, there's a couple of different charges of harassment.
Right. If you could let him know what those are.
Well, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just trying to gather information right now.
Okay.
So my question is he's going to like personal office spaces? Or
Yes.
any of them? Like,
He is going inside offices and filming. He's absolutely going.
It's on video. I can show it to you.
He's absolutely going. He's trying to distinguish when an office may have some, more private areas, but he's going into offices that are places of work for secretaries and other people. He's holding his camera against them. It's very intimidating. He's bullying these individuals when they object. I mean, we're not, I just don't understand how long we're gonna be able to tolerate this, because he's really bringing harm to a lot of our employees.
Sir, is there a legal definition of bullying? Can you tell us what that is? Is bullying a crime?
Bullying?
Bullying.
It's not a penalized charge.
Did you hear that?
I don't think, I'm not trying to debate all this stuff with you. I just want to get the facts and go.
Do you guys think I might be?
Can you show me what you're talking about like, so you're alleging that they're going into like personal office spaces?
Every office is a personal office space.
But is it private?
He's going
is it off
he
limits
is
to the
not
public?
asking questions.
Oh, I am asking questions.
He's holding a camera in the face of people. We find it intimidating. We feel very unsafe. People are very upset.
But is all that against the law?
It's disruptive to the workforce. They can't do their jobs. Everybody has to stop, get up, close offices, lock doors.
People are locking their doors. They're leaving their offices.
Sir, the record will clearly show.
Can you show me the record?
The record will clearly show that they are instructing the public employees to close their doors. I am not asking them to do that.
Can you show me on there?
Well, I'd really rather not stop recording while we're having this interaction. I want a record of it, but I think the burden of proof at this point.
Do you mind? Could you go like into a private space and show me, and then come back out here?
Well, I don't go into private spaces. I only go into public spaces. I think the burden of proof at this point is
I'm
on.
saying like if me and you went and talked someplace and you showed me, and then.
Well, I think the burden of proof at this point is on the complainant. So let's have the complainants demonstrate to you a place that I went.
You're demonstrating it right now. You've been doing this all day
This is
with our
public.
employees.
This is
No.
public.
What you're doing by holding
He's
the camera.
being very intimidating. He raises his voice to people.
You're aiming the camera.
She physically touches people. I mean, this is all, it's all on record. Okay. I will be able to show it to you, but while we're having this interaction, I do want a record of it. Okay. Yeah, but I think again, the burden of proof is on the complainants here. So if the complainants want to take us all to a place where they feel I've visited, that they think it has a posting that says it's private, I'm more than happy to accompany you.
Okay.
Do we want to do that? Anybody?
Lieutenant.
Can you repeat what you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my question is, would the complainants here like to take us all to an office that's clearly marked private that they feel I have unlawfully entered?
That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm asking, if we'd like to do that.
No, what you're doing is you're intimidating people, whether you're going into, like, look what you're doing right now. You don't consider that intimidating?
No, I'm making a record of a law enforcement interaction under right to record it.
You're a lost cause, man.
Can you back up? Can you back up a little bit?
How far do I have to back up?
Just far enough where.
I'm not posing any risk to officer safety.
See, that's the thing. He was literally in people's faces with that. He's behaving better right now, but he's threatening people with that camera and with his disposition.
Do you feel threatened, sir?
Secretaries and other employees here having to put up with this individual.
But that's part of public employment, unfortunately.
Putting up with the likes of you is part of public employment.
The public coming in and videotaping it's part of public employment. Ask any of these officers here. They are all subject to Right to Record Act, and you guys are too.
Do you have enough footage yet?
No, I've got more. There are many more floors of this building to videotape.
So you woke up this morning and on your agenda was to go to City Hall and just that's what people come.
Well, I'm doing a story on City Hall. Yeah, I'm doing a story on City Hall.
So when you see they're unhappy with it, why wouldn't you just say, okay, I'll just come back at another time?
Well, I mean, when you see, let's say, like Dave McKinley from WGRZ doing a story, does he ask, like, is Byron Brown happy that I'm asking these questions?
You're not him.
So what's your point?
My point is, if you see they're upset.
Okay. Is your body camera on?
Oh, yes.
Okay. It's been on this whole time?
Yes.
It'll remain on while you're on that phone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If they're upset, why don't you just leave them alone? What's the point? I just want
so the point is to find out whether or not public officials are going to respect the First Amendment. I'll spill the beans right now. I think at this point, given the amount of time that First Amendment auditors have visited public buildings throughout New York State and beyond, it should be blatantly obvious that when an independent journalist comes in with a camera, one of the things they're trying to determine is, will the public employees respect the public's right to record? And unfortunately, in this situation, the answer is no, and they'll physically remove you and attempt to file false harassment charges. And the number of times that First Amendment auditors have beat those charges, been able to countersue municipalities, been able to countersue officers for this. It's just amazing that no one has figured out that when people come into buildings with cameras and just walk around peacefully recording, they should just leave them alone.
So that's the point here. You want to counter, so you want to have a reason to sue.
No, I don't. What I would prefer is to be able to freely walk through this building and record and not be harassed for it. And frankly, physically molested by public employees. Then they can, of course, call you guys and articulate under the law that I've met the threshold for harassment, and they can have me arrested, and they're welcome to do that.
Being that we're called here, you don't feel like you harassed them yet?
No, I have not met the legal definition of harassment. I never even approached them. They started following me around, following me into elevators, physically touching me, shoving me out of rooms that are clearly public, such as this room right down here. Does that appear to you to be a private office?
I'm sorry, I was just talking.
Yeah. Does that appear to you to be a private office right there? It doesn't say private on it.
It doesn't, but if I don't work here, I'm not just going to come in and walk in there.
But if you're a member of the public that has an interest in learning about the Division of Planning, would you go in there and ask questions?
I would ask a question.
Yeah, or you're an independent journalist interested about the business that goes on in there. You go in. I'm interested in what goes on in all these offices, 100%.
I have our duty officer in charge of the city come here. So
Okay.
we can talk to all of us here together to get an understanding of what, like you're talking about, and well, everybody's complaints here. I just want to get everybody on the same page.
Okay. Am I being detained right now?
No.
Okay. Am I free to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can walk throughout the building.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'd like to do that. I'd like to continue.
Dude, I'm not.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm just letting you know, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time either.
I hope you understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you've been more than cordial. I've enjoyed our interaction. I don't mean any of the officers here any ill will.
Yeah, nobody means any of that to you either.
Okay.
We're just here doing our job. That's why I want to get my boss here and the guy in charge here, so everybody's on the same page, and we're all on the same boat.
All right. I appreciate it.
Okay. So
thank you.
If you don't mind, though, could you? Because he's going to come meet us here. I want to be able to meet and talk with you guys also.
Okay.
Are you going upstairs, downstairs? Can you tell me where you're
Yeah,
going?
I've got some other floors to visit, but if you want to, I can come back down to the bottom floor in like 10 minutes if you want. You want to meet me downstairs?
You want us to meet you downstairs?
Yeah, I can do that.
On the first floor? Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to have. The gentleman who was up here before in the black coat approached me and said,
police officer or
No, I don't. He stated his name on the record. I don't quite remember it, but he said he's a decision maker here. Why don't we record the decision makers? And I said I'd be more than happy to do that. The issue is the decision makers don't make themselves available. I told him, if you want to take me up to Byron Brown's office right now and get me an interview, I would love that. Will you do that? And he said no. So, then he started arguing and, yelling at me about he's ashamed of me and everything. And, he said, I know what you're doing. And I just said, can you tell me what you think I'm doing? And he just became irate. So,
okay.
That's sort of what I've been dealing with for the past hour and change, so.
All right.
I think these folks just need to understand what the First Amendment is all about, and that this is a legally protected activity, and members of the public can come in here and they can do independent journalism in here.
Yep, and I know your message. I've seen your stuff. I understand what you're doing. Yep. But that's why I also want to make sure that we are all talking downstairs with the guy in charge of the police department right now, so everybody's on the same page.
All right.
It's aired out.
Okay. Very good.
What time is it right now?
I'll be around.
It's 1:55.
Yeah, it's 1:55.
He should be on his way now, so maybe you say about 10 minutes?
Yeah, I can come back down. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys.
What's your first name again?
I didn't give it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
And that, fam, is part 3. Make sure you're subscribed and you got your bell notifications on, because part 4 is going to come out and we're going to find out everything that happens past that. And let me tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. So I'll see you guys for part 4 coming soon.
We live in a society now where people want to record how they discipline their child. People that might get mad with this video is the people that probably already embarrassed their child. You can discipline your child in their room. Take something away from them. If they act up, well, I'm like, son, you can't play the game.
You pull the Constitution out of your pockets out here. Like that was supposed to prove something.
First Amendment, freedom of the press.
You have every right to film out here and there.
Your name is not Dan, Erie County.
This isn't Erie County.
Yeah.
Sure it is. I'm here as Dan, Erie County.
KERESZTES.
Legitimate? Maybe. Official? No.